link is below, and basically it's a bunch of stuff about how to vote. You should go ahead and vote third party, and Trump is Clinton is a known quantity that's bad, and Trump, who knows, yeah, the wall's stupid, but, she'll start a war with Russia. It's all nonsense. Total nonsense. You couldn't be more wrong, SkidRowRadio. It's a kind of a panic, like a left-wing version of the right-wing panic. I'm sure you know what I mean when I'm talking about how the right wing is panicked about the world. The thing is, the Clintons is a known quantity. And no, she's not going to create a war with Russia. She did the Russia reset. Okay. Trump is the one that says he loves war. Now, Trump, first of all, I wish people would realize it's not even about character. They're both part of the establishment. The thing is with Clinton is, if you compare her to other U.S. presidents, she'll be a great U.S. president. Yeah, it's status quo. Yeah, there's corruption. But it's kind of like there was corruption back in the feudal system too, but feudal lords, there was a tradition of feeling responsible for the people. Now, our Koch brothers don't even feel responsible for the people. What they still share, though, is this idea that the poor people are some weight upon these nobles, upon these gentlemen. Right? It's not the white man's burden, because it's the noble, the businessman, whoever these nobles are in this society. Supposedly, all those paupers are living off of the benevolence of the Lord, when in reality we know that the Lord is rich, living off of a cut of what productive people are doing. Now, sometimes they add to that with ingenuity or something, sometimes not, but they also stack the deck in their own favor, educating only their own children into feudalism. Now, we're trying to have people all have an equal start. And is the world more or less liberal? I mean, than when Hillary Clinton started? Her effect hasn't been liberal. You don't know what was going on. We were coming out of the Reagan and Bush Sr. years. And the Clintons, the conservatives didn't like them because they're like, no, they're liberals, it's a slow boil. Like putting the frog where the frog. And it's true. Now, maybe you'd want it fast or not, but see, Trump is a totally other option. It's not just about the character. Of course, character ends up related, but it adds up to fascism. Because you got morons plus pseudo-intellectuals, this pseudo-intellectual right-wing thing that is having a surge or a resurgence. And you got a tough guy attitude by a bunch of chicken hawks, and those kind of people are very good at sending other people's kids to war. Okay? Or even their own kids, for that matter. Usually other people's kids. That adds up to fascism. Fascism isn't some super genius, evil genius plot. It's morons plus pseudo-intellectual, sometimes some sort of what I would call a mysticism, sometimes obvious, like in the case of the Nazis, sometimes not. Like, let's say, Mussolini. But there's a fairy tale thinking, and this pseudo-intellectual cover and common sense, and the idea that how things are, of course, things are already perfect. We're already in a meritocracy, always have been. If you can't see that in Trump, I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Hillary Clinton is continuing on a gradual slope towards more liberalism, just like we have more liberalism now than in the past. She's not slowing that down. As far as we know, because here's the thing, it's like if society or bankers, if banking wasn't corrupt, and yeah, I believe it's inherently corrupt the way it's set up, but if it was just, people trying to do what the part the bankers need to do, help fund investment and stuff, help make the economy fluid, they would be the best experts if they weren't corrupt. Some people don't think they're corrupt, but the other thing is sometimes people just think it's antiquated and complicated. And it really is. Our economy, partly because it's this rigged system with all of these VIGs built in that people that have power can plug into, right? But still, it's like having an antique pacemaker. You can't just rip it out while you're building another pacemaker. You actually have to build it and install it in parts, because you can't do it. It's better than nothing. Things can actually be better than nothing. And when you just say, oh, well, this unknown is better, well, Trump, that's not true. And Trump is no unknown. Okay, he's for me, he became famous in the greed is good era in the United States in the 80s. And, he's basically a mobster. He's all hooked up with the mob. His mentor and lawyer till the day he died was Roy Cohen, John Gotti's lawyer. So I think you're like, we have to compare what's before us, and a steady boat that doesn't solve all the problems that need to be solved in world justice is better than some sort of despotic psychology in the form of Donald Trump. And so, yeah. Okay, so that isn't, never started going. Why is that, I wonder? And did it have the mic? Probably not. The mic's fucking up here. Okay, I gotta get this shit down. And, don't know when it did start. Let's see. I don't know. No. Yeah.